Hey everybody, and welcome to the Saturday drill class for July 11th. This is the first class that we're doing that is going to be a preview for our outdoor physically distanced drill classes, which will follow on the Tuesday after we create these videos. There will be a little bit of a different format, and we're going to go to some fairly basic stuff that we've done in the previous class. Not that we're not constantly repeating our material anyway. That's what we're going to start with. And we're going to start again with just some of our basic foundational actions. And we're going to start with the thumb grip flip. And I've decided today that I'm going to do this with arming sword, partly because one of our outdoor classes is a single sword class. So if I'm holding the sword in my hand in a relaxed grip, mostly just pinched between my thumb and forefinger, I'm going to flip up into the thumb grip so that the cross guard is making a T with my wrist, and then drop down. And we'll do 10 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As always, try and keep it small in the hand. 9, 10. And we'll switch and do the same thing in the left hand. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And the left hand we mostly just do to balance our exercising. We don't want to make our muscles too asymmetrical. 8, 9, 10. All right. Once again, I have Matthew counting for me so I don't lose track, which is useful. All right, so the second thing that we're going to do is our sort of windshield wiper action. So I'm going to hold my sword in the thumb grip, and I'm going to tuck my elbow to my side, and I'm going to rotate my sword down to the side, back up, down to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as I always say, we want to make sure that we're keeping this small in the hand, but also that we're not just letting the sword fall, that we're controlling its descent. 9, 10. And we're going to switch hands, do that with the left as well, down to the outside, up, inside, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is actually useful to be able to do this stuff left-handed too, in case you ever need to. And 9, 10. All right, good. Now we're going to look at our basic foot rotations. So I want you to stand with your feet about shoulder width apart, your weight on the balls of your feet, and with your sword you can either put it aside or just keep it stable. And we're going to rotate all the way to our left. Oh, nice and squeaky there. And then we're going to go to the right and back to the left. 1, 2, 3. You can tell there's humidity in here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, good. So we're going to practice our basic passing steps, which we use for a lot of our techniques. And again, what you do with your sword, keep it fairly stable. Don't let it confuse you though, because of course normally we would lead with the sword before we take the steps. So it's best to kind of keep it out of the picture for what we're doing. But if I'm starting with my left foot forward, my feet should be making an L or a check mark kind of pattern, and my front foot is pointed slightly out to my left side. My left foot is pointed out to my left side, and my right foot is pointed more to my right side. Now when I want to take a step, I'm going to do that rotation on the balls of my feet so that now my left foot is turned more to the left and my right foot is turned a bit more forward, and I'm in line so that when I step, I'm in the arrangement that I was in before. And if I rotate on the balls of my feet the other way again, so I'm back in my original foot position, I can pass forward or backward and end up in that same structure again. So we're going to do that passing steps forward, going across the room here. So rotate on the balls of the feet, step, rotate, step, rotate, step, rotate, step, rotate, step, rotate, step, rotate, step, one more, rotate, step. Now from here, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to go backwards, and we're going to end up where we started. So again, we're going to rotate on the balls of our feet, and then we're going to step, but it's going to be a backwards passing step. Rotate, step, 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 rotate, step. All right. And of course, we want to be used to moving backwards and forwards sort of equally and interchangeably. And so we're going to do the exercise that matches life. We're going to start back here, and we're going to take 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So rotate, forward, rotate, forward, rotate, back. 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 One more set. Rotate, forward, rotate, forward, rotate, back. So just a small reminder, if you're practicing your footwork at home, one of the things that we want to do in order to be good at judging distance and managing distance is have consistent sized steps. So we do have the exercise we can do where we take 3 steps back, 6 steps forward, and 3 steps back. And we then find out if we finished on the same place we started. If we did, then our steps were the same size going forward as backward. I like to do the back, forward, back, because then I can't see where I'm going to land at the end of my last step. So I have to be a bit more honest with myself. I can't cheat my last forward steps to match. Generally speaking, if you're finding you're out of step, you'll almost always have longer steps forward than steps backwards, and it's best to shorten your forward steps rather than lengthen your back steps. We have a whole video about that though, so I'm going to move on. All right, so we're going to start looking at our sword techniques, and I just wanted to make a little reminder that everything that we do with the longsword, pretty much, we can do with an arming sword or a grossmesser. I'm going to come back to the arming sword in a second, but I'm going to switch to my Kriegsmesser for most of what we're doing. So we're going to start in our tower guard. So left foot forward, sword by the right shoulder, like so. And we're going to just start with the extension. And remember, we don't want to do this fast and hard, because as I extend forward, when I put on the brakes on this, I'm actually putting strain on my arm, and we don't want to put that strain. If I carry on with my action, the strain doesn't happen because I'm not stopping. So that takes care of that, but for now, we're going to go slowly and controlled. So extend, 2, 3, 4. Remember, we want this to be like a string is pulling our sword into our opponent's face. 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so now we're going to turn this into our basic Krumphao, or also this would just be used for any setting forth basic strike, an overhow. But our counter strike is the main place we use this. So I'm going to extend, rotate on the balls of my feet, and step. And we're going to reset. Extend, rotate, step. Reset, extend, rotate, step. Reset, extend, rotate, step. That's 4. reset, extend, rotate, step, extend, rotate, step, extend, rotate, step, extend, rotate, step. That's 8. Extend, rotate, step. And last one, extend, rotate, step. All right, so that's our most basic of our hidden strikes, or of the 5 strikes. We're going to look at our 3 other ones that follow the windshield wiper kind of action, which involve using that thumb grip flip. So to begin with, we're going to focus just on getting the thumb flip. So I'm going to come a little bit closer because I'm not going to be stepping here. And I'm going to extend, and once I've reached my extension, with my left hand I'm going to drive the pommel to flip into that thumb grip, making that nice T. All right? So extend, flip. Reset, extend, flip. It's 2, extend, flip. Extend, flip. Extend, flip. It's 5, extend, flip. You can see my point actually comes back a fair amount when I do the flip part. 8, extend, flip, extend, flip. All right, so the first of the 3 core strikes that we're going to do is the Krumphao, or the thwarter. And this is the one that works like a helicopter propeller above the head. So when I do this, I'm going to extend, flip into the thumb grip, rotate on the balls of my feet, and then I'm going to cut horizontally as I step forward. All right? So extend, flip, rotate, cut, and step. 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 That's 6. Extend, flip, rotate, cut, and step. Extend, flip, rotate, cut, and step. 2 more. Extend, flip, rotate, cut, and step. Last one. Extend, flip, rotate, cut, and step. So that's our thwarter. It is probably the simplest of these 3, but ironically, it actually has the most variations and most different techniques or plays built on it in our original sources. The second simplest is the Krumphao, the Squinting Strike, or what we call the shielder. And this one is simple but difficult because the angle is a little bit counterintuitive. So for this one, we're going to start again with that extend, flip, and we're going to rotate, but now I'm cutting straight down on my left side with the short edge. So I've got my sword inverted. So extend, flip, rotate, and it's almost a slice downwards as we're doing that. And this is the one I say, imagine you're fighting a pirate who has a parrot on his right shoulder, and you're actually stabbing the parrot on the pirate's shoulder. All right, so we're gonna do 10 of those. Extend, flip, rotate, slice. Reset, extend, flip, rotate, slice. Extend, flip, rotate, slice. Extend, flip, rotate, slice. Extend, flip, rotate, slice. That's 5. Extend, flip, rotate, slice. Extend, flip, rotate, slice. Extend, flip, rotate, slice. 2 more. Extend, flip, rotate, slice. Last one. Extend, flip, rotate, slice. So that's our shielder, and it is the hidden strike that has the least amount written about it in Le Kushner's Großsemester book, which is much more complex than our longsword sources. There's actually only that one description of what we just did and nothing else on the Krumphao, where everything else is greatly expanded. All right, so the third one of this group is the Krumphao, which we call the waker, the crooked strike. And this is the one that is the most like a windshield wiper in front of us, and it has a number of odd features. But it does start kind of the same way. I'm extending, flipping here, but then I'm also driving the pommel under my wrist across my hands to drive it down like that. And of course, I'm flipping here, rotating, driving the pommel, and stepping with that. So we're going to do that part, since we've already practiced the thumb grip flip lots of times. So I'm going to extend, flip, rotate, cut, and step. And this is an empty displacement. We're basically doing a block against the sword. Extend, flip, rotate, cut, and step. Extend, flip, rotate, cut, step. Extend, flip, rotate, cut, and step. Extend, flip, rotate, cut, and step. Extend, flip, rotate, cut, and step. That's 5. Now, I'm going to stop at 5 on that one because we're now going to add the second part. As I said, this is an empty displacement. We like to finish with a hit. So, having come to here, I've blocked their sword. The next thing I'm going to do is pull the pommel, and I'm doing almost like a Krumphao, or perhaps like a second Krumphao, or perhaps like shooting long, stabbing at the person over there, and I do that keeping pressure on their blade. But usually with this, I'm also then going to take a triangle step so that the blade of my sword is remaining parallel to my shoulders. And that's why I say this is like a Krumphao, because the blade stays parallel to your shoulders when we do this. All right? So, extend, flip, rotate, cut, step, pull the pommel, triangle step. That's 1. Extend, flip, rotate, step and cut, pull the pommel, triangle step. 2, reset, extend, flip, rotate, cut and step, second cut, triangle step. Extend, flip, rotate, cut and step, pull the pommel, triangle step. That's 4. Extend, flip, rotate, cut and step, pull the pommel, triangle step. That's 5. Extend, flip, rotate, cut and step, pull the pommel, triangle step. Extend, flip, rotate, cut and step, pull the pommel, triangle step. 7. Extend, flip, rotate, cut and step, pull the pommel, triangle step. 2 more. Extend, flip, rotate, cut and step, pull the pommel, triangle step. Last one. Extend, flip, rotate, cut and step, pull the pommel, triangle step. All right, so I really like those 3 hidden strikes in terms of they all work kind of the same way, where our parter works quite a bit differently. And we're making better time with this than I thought. So I'm going to throw in the parter, even though it wasn't on my list, and then we'll have covered all of our hidden strikes. So for this one, we aren't going to flip into the thumb grip. And there's a number of different circumstances where we might do this, but we're going to do it with a step back. So how this one's going to work is I'm going to extend, rotate, and then I'm going to lift the pommel and look between my hands and pass back. And I'll do that head on so you can see it from here. So it's extend, rotate, lift, and I'm looking underneath the middle of my sword, long edge down, pass back. All right? So 10 of that. Extend, rotate, lift, back. Reset. Extend, rotate, lift, back. Extend, rotate, lift, back. Extend, rotate, lift, back. Extend, rotate, lift, back. That's 5. Extend, rotate, lift, back. Extend, rotate, lift, back. Reset. Extend, rotate, lift, back. 2 more. Extend, rotate, lift, back. And last one. Extend, rotate, lift, back. All right, so we've covered all 5 of the hidden strikes, the primary strikes of our system, just in a very basic way. And we have a fair amount of time left, so we are going to switch and do the Isil Stroke. So for that, I'm going to switch swords. And we are going to change the name of this, by the way, for sure. I'm still stuck on the old name. We haven't decided, but I'm for now just going to call this our extended technique sequence. All right. So we're going to start in our tower guard, and we're going to start with a counter strike. So sword, step, then we're going to wind into ox in the thumb grip, and then we're going to step back with a shielder on our right. Then we're going to come back to a Sprechfenster, come in with a thwarter, and then do a second thwarter to the other side. Then we're going to come back to Sprechfenster, go back with the parter, back to Krumphao, the high tower, and then we're going to strike all the way to the floor as an invitation. When their attack comes in, we're going to deflect it with a slice. Then we're going to do a waiter, shoot long, go through, snap over. All right, so we're going to do 4 of these at normal speed. So Krumphao, winding, shielder, thwarter, parter back, high Krumphao back, Wechselhau, abschneiden, crump, go through, schnappen, recover. Strike, wind, Shielhau back, thwarter forward, second thwarter, parter back, back to high Krumphao, Wechselhau, abschneiden, crump, go through, snap, recover. From here, Krumphao, winding, shielder, thwarter, parter back, high Krumphao, Wechselhau, abschneiden, crump, go through, schnappen, recover. Last set, hopefully you can hear me. Strike, high winding, shielder back, thwarter forward, second thwarter, parter, high Krumphao, Wechselhau, abschneiden, crump, go through, schnappen, recover. All right, that's everything I have today. It's a lot cooler today than it has been the last few days, but it's still humid here in the Sword Hall. So I'm going to end the recording there. I'll stick around for extra questions for people who are on our